Gentlemen, honourable and distinguished guests, Lord Nazir Ahmed Sahab, Lord and Lady Mayors and Deputy Mayors of Doncaster, Sheffield and Rotherham, welcome, and also, most importantly, Madam Muniza Basira, Harry Gratian, and my very, very lovely friends, good evening, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to the Arooj Banqueting Hall, welcome to the Arooj Royal Iftar Party. As always, it's wonderful to see so many familiar faces, and particularly to see that those of you who have heard me speak before, such as Julie sat at the far end and managed to secure seats near exit doors. That's very reassuring of my friends. These events always start with the recitation of the Holy Quran. So can I call upon the son of Sajid Hussain, the proprietor of this eloquent hall, Hamza Hussain. Hamza Hussain.
تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر صدق الله العظيم. So, إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر. On this night of Laylatul Qadr, we sent down the Quran to the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. So what is the night of Laylatul Qadr? Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alfi shahr. The night of Al-Qadr is better than 1,000 months put together. تَنَزَّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالرُّوحُ فِيهَا بِإِذْنِ رَبِّ مِنْ كُلِّ أَمْرٍ. So this night, the angels and the ruh, which is the soul, they descend by Allah's command and His decree. Salamun hiya hatta matla al-fajr. Peace and blessings and all goodness is what is just on this night until the dawn. Thank you very much.
Main hosts and organisers of this event. First of all, the owner of this very eloquent, lovely building, Sajid Hussain Saab, Chaudhry Sajid Hussain. Please welcome him to the stage. Pretty on the stage. Come on, you man. Let's give him a round of applause. Give him some encouragement. If you hear the fire alarm, I always say this to my lovely friends, don't be following me because I'll be running to the water for a staggering 19 hours a day. Nearly everybody I spoke to said it's been the most comfortable Ramadan. But there's another reason we wanted you all to join us in Ramadan, and that is the birth of our new prince, Prince George Alexander Louis, was born in Ramadan, and Sajid Hussain said, I don't want to just open the doors, I want to do it in a true British Asian style. So tonight we're going to celebrate the birth of the royal baby in the most spectacular way with the nation's most respectable cuisine, curries. And to that end, I've invited you to one of South Yorkshire's most original and authentic halal curries and Chinese house, the Arooj Original Restaurant. Ladies and gentlemen, to talk to you about the Arooj project, can you please welcome on stage our host for tonight, Sajid Hussain Saab. A very generous round of applause, please.
Chief guest, ladies and gentlemen, I can welcome you to the opening of one of the South Yorkshire's finest traditional Asian cuisine, the Arooj Restaurant. People often tell me that they have to travel great distance to find decent restaurant. The Arooj Halal Asian and Chinese restaurant is the solution to South Yorkshire's catering problems. I have over 20 years experience in the catering industry and with one of the best chefs in England. I can guarantee to accommodate any request. I wanted to bring something different to South Yorkshire. I'm sure you'll believe me when I say this, but I haven't tasted a proper Chinese and curry house until you have eaten at the Arooj Restaurant. I want to thank you all, especially our Lord Chief Guest, Lord Ahmed, and Lord and Lady Mayors, and other guests for coming today and making this celebration truly a memorable one. I'm very touched by the love and support you have shown by joining me today. Thank you very much.
Just to mention that the Arooj Restaurant, honestly, you will be amazed. I was going to show you a clipping on this, but being untechnical, I can't get it to work unless somebody wants to come and volunteer. But we've got a whole host of facilities in there, from prayer rooms to private cubicles. And Shafkat Mirza told me to say something about swinging doors, but I'm a bit reluctant to use the word swinging with so many children around. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be very quick. I want to call on stage two people, because we're celebrating the royal birth, to do a 1-minute sing-along with the national anthem. So can I call upon my good friend, the drummer Jim, and also Mark from the cremation service. Can you give them a round of applause, because they don't know about this, but they're doing it, won't we?
Good evening. I didn't realise the probation to chase me down, finally.
I thought there'd be more of it.
You've got the whole full.
I'd like to thank Mukhtar for inviting us all this night and putting us two right on the spot.
Yeah.
Have a little sing along. If anyone would like to stand up, why not?
Please.
Stand up, come on. Makes it easier. Good evening, no? It's God Save the Queen, by the way, just in case you don't know what it is. I was going to say you start, you join it. Harry? Right. All together. God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save our Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen.
Thank you, they want free curries for that, but I told them it's free tonight anyway. I grew up in an era where eating curries were not part of the norm, where the nearest thing we had to watching British Asianness on TV were watching programs like Mind Your Language. During that era of limitation, there was a pop diva from the Far East, Pakistan, who started challenging through her lyrics the status quo both in Pakistan and here in the UK. Nazia Hassan, known more widely for her lyrical achievements, was also a great British Asian achiever who dedicated her life to so many, but in death gave something much larger in the form of charity to the world. Next week marks a landmark in the legacy of Nazia Hassan, and Ramadan is a pivotal point for charity. I mentioned this to the host Sajid Hussain, and he said, I want the opening, but I want to celebrate the life of this lady who did so much for charity. Myself and Sajid Hussain have therefore invited an individual who, like Doreen Lawrence, has done so much in maintaining the legacy of the former pop queen Nazia Hassan in terms of her charity work. I want you all to give a very, very generous round of applause because it's the first time she's visited in the north, it's the first time she's come to Sheffield, and it's a great honour. Miss Muniza Bashir, the mother of the former pop queen Nazia Hassan, please welcome Miss Muniza.
My kind? Just speak up a little bit. Sorry. Mic check करो. कर लो बात. बैठ जाओ. New batteries.
Very special day in my life. I'm seeing so many faces, wonderful faces, because I can see the expression. They know friends out very well, and they're just wondering who is this woman who's come here for the first time. But as he explained, my daughter had reached everywhere, and it is her memory which is still alive in people's hearts, and it's because of her that they remember me. The only claim I had that she was my daughter. Otherwise, I don't think I deserve to be with such celebrated people sitting there in this room. Something little about Nazia Hassan, as she was known as. She got her popularity or fame because of music, and she was only a teenager at that time. That was something very special for India, Pakistan, because there was no such thing as music for young people or music for youth. And she was supposed to be the pioneer who introduced that music to India and Pakistan and then all the other countries where Hindi or Urdu was spoken. That probably was a great reason, and this is how she was remembered for a long time. But since she was a teenager at that time, later on she completed her law. She was a corporate lawyer, and after that she ended in the United Nations, where she was working as political analyst. So it's everything else was put behind because music took her to many, many places. But one more thing which I would like to mention why I'm here. She was a great believer in charitable work. Even when she was working at the United Nations, she continued that, and she did a lot of things for children. I want to keep her, whatever her goal was, to keep that alive and do as much work as possible in charity so that I can share some good that she was doing at that time, and I can bring her message to such wonderful people as you are there. So this is the only thing which I wanted to say. Thank you very much. I can't tell you how emotional and how happy and a combination of sadness, but overall wonderful, wonderful people and wonderful music. Thank you.
Just the first thing you said that many people here don't know why you're here. here. I've got lots of friends here. Unfortunately, I can't bring them onto the stage, but somebody's waving there. You'll see young Pam there. She was one of my friends who edited an article I wrote about Madam Nadia Hassan, which courtesy of Sheffield Mirza paper and various other newspapers was published in 42 different countries for the mainstream community. So a lot of people who are sat here, particularly from Barnsley, and my good friend Pam, just wanted to say one quick word to you. She didn't know Nadia Hassan, but she does know why you're here. She just wants to say something, and then we will let
Attending tonight. As a non-Asian lady, I've not heard about your daughter until my dear friend Ruksha asked me to edit his article. I was fascinated about her life, and being a fellow cancer victim, I was amazed at the way she just fought and fought and fought. This world has been robbed of a beautiful voice and a beautiful person. Thank you so much for coming.
to present an award which was purchased from Sajid Saab to Madam Muniza Bashir for her lifetime achievement in maintaining the legacy of Nadia Hassan. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a generous round of applause, and also Hamza will present the award. Thank you, Sajid Saab, for the award.
सामने मिडल आई
The award first.
Yeah. There we go. Fine.
Round of applause, please, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing that for us. It's an honor. Okay, we've had a few speeches and a few presentations. We're going to move on to some light entertainment. Can I call on Ahmed, please?
Restaurant. Of course, we've not had the food yet, but inshallah, I'm sure it will be good. We'll wait and see, inshallah. I'm going to perform a track for you all. It's actually dedicated for the children of the world, because as you know, there's so much going around the world. I must say I've not actually come prepared today, because normally I'm actually performing with a band. We have backing tracks, music and all that kind of stuff. So I just said to Sajid, I'll come round and I'll do a few verses of an Arabic song that I recently did, but I wasn't expecting so many non-speaking Arabic, non-Muslim people here. So just on the spot, I'll do something for you guys. I hope you appreciate it. But of course, I just feel it's important that we kind of think about the children who are starving in Africa, in Syria, and all these parts of the world. Ramadan is all about. It's not just about us not eating and drinking. It's actually about thinking about the poor, needy. That's the main focus. So I'll give you a few lines. I hope you can appreciate this and enjoy it, inshallah. For across the oceans and the seas, you're the hope that I seek. It's your air that I breathe. Think of the suffering, think of the pain, think of the children of the world. Think of the suffering, think of the pain, think of the children of the world. I feel the raindrops on my face, I feel I wanna call your name. I feel the suffering is insane. Oh Allah, tell me now who's to blame. Yeah, I feel the raindrops on my face, I feel I wanna call your name. I feel the suffering is insane. Oh Allah, tell me now who's to blame. I saw an orphan child, he looked in denial. Mother, mother, where have you gone? Halo, undeniable. Mother, mother, where have you gone? I feel the raindrops on my face. I feel I wanna call your name. I feel the suffering is insane. Oh Allah, tell me now who's to blame. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair.
Wonderful, that, innit? I think I've never seen a horse run so fast. My next guest is just going to come on for 1 minute, as indeed is all the guests, because I promised my good friends like Shabir, Kashaf, Wilayat, and all the other people who don't like to come out in Ramadan that this is not going to be a political event. I'm not going to have speeches, but I am under somewhat, there's lots of lovely people who want to say things about the restaurant, about the Royal Baby, about Ramadan, so I'm going to give a few of you a chance, but not all of you, so I'm so sorry. But first of all, I want to call upon a wonderful radio presenter from Dern FM, who provides so much happiness to us as we drive to the work in the morning. It's a great honour to welcome Joe from Dern FM. They're making me work out, they're running.
To be here. On the breakfast show on Dern FM, I unfortunately wasn't on air when the Royal Baby was born, but we did have, on that particular morning, little messages on Facebook about how happened to baby Wade and potential names, and it's certainly been something that a lot of people have been interested in, and it was kind of waiting and waiting and waiting, and then suddenly as the baby arrived and then left the hospital, many people had plenty of comments, and it's certainly been something as well. I think even the people who played the I'm not bothered about the Royal Baby game were certainly bothered by the end of the birth, and of course the baby leaving hospital as well. Just the one thing that came to mind as I'm just sat here looking around the room now at you all waiting your food, it's just how, from the Royal Baby being born, just how so many people were united, and it's fantastic to be here this evening. Tremendous honour to be here this evening, and with so many people united in celebrating both Ramadan and, of course, the Royal Baby.
We're just going to come on for 1 minute to say some wonderful words about the Royal Baby and about this wonderful venue. Got some guests stood at the back. David, if you all want to come to the front, there's plenty of seats. Shanaz, everybody else, if you all want to come to the front, there's plenty of seats. Please don't be stood around. Thank you, Lynn. Thanks, David. Everybody come through, please.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Respected Lord Ahmed, respected Lord Mayors, Sajid Chaudhry Sahab, Mohammed Zaid, brothers and sisters, and respected guests, good evening and Assalamu Alaikum. A congratulations to everyone here on such a good project, and especially when you see such a beautiful project. It's like a painter, when you see a beautiful canvas, and always there are colors on the canvas. But when you see beautiful picture, the canvas tells a story. When you see this project, it tells a hard work of Sajid Chaudhry and Mr. Zahir, that his family, his brother, and his worker have done a fantastic job here. And I'm sure this evening, when you will enjoy the food, you will also admire the chefs. And at this note, I will leave the stage for Mukhtar, and I'm also grateful to be given an opportunity to speak to you, such a distinguished audience. And congratulations again to Sajid Chaudhry, and congratulations to everybody for the Royal Baby. Thank you very much.
Thank you. To join us just at the end of here, not to just to join us, please, because I know it's a little other night and you've sacrificed a lot to be here today. Please join us on the stage. A round of applause, our young Imam at the age of 22. Next, I had to stretch it a bit whilst we weren't here. My next guest is a true bastion of Britishness. We welcomed him into our living rooms courtesy of a whole host of TV programmes. More recently, Look North became his comfort zone. He is renowned for his professional and unbiased representation on TV. He has become the pride of Yorkshire and a great honour for the North. Recently we discussed he had been celebrated by being included in Her Majesty the Queen's Honours List. We want you, that's myself and Sergeant, to celebrate his righteous achievements, his contributions to the media world, and more importantly, his majestic manner of bringing different communities together through unbiased presentation. Picked up on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honoured to call my next guest a very good friend of mine. Please welcome a great British legend, Harry Gresham.
Thank you, but it sounds as if I write my own introductions after that as well. Thank you very much indeed. Look, it's a great honour for me to be here this evening. I know a little bit about Ramadan, and I always am amazed by the discipline that is shown. Not being able to have any food from sunrise to sunset, no drink either, is a remarkable discipline. And I know that it ends, I think I'm right in saying, Thursday and Friday with a celebration, Mukhtar. So I hope that that's something that everyone's looking forward to hear. I'm delighted to be here. I didn't realise we were auditioning for the X Factor, but if anybody would like to come up and do a song, nobody? Oh, well, that's a pity. We'll do that a bit later on. I would like to commend the Arooj people who have opened their new restaurant and banqueting hall. I sincerely hope it goes well. I'm sure it will. I love the story that you tell that you've never really managed to find the right food in and around South Yorkshire. There was a nice little tale that I heard about the last election when they sent out the MPs to try and find out a little bit about the food in South Yorkshire. And one guy was a potential parliamentarian, found this sign in Barnsley which he thought would actually sum it up. It said outside the pub, it said a pie, a pint and a friendly word. And he thought that must sum up what South Yorkshire is all about. So he went in and he got his pie and his pint, and then he went back to the landlord and said, look, I've got my pie, I've got my pint, what's the friendly word? And the landlord said, don't eat the pie. Tonight we're going to eat all this food. I'd like to congratulate you on the community spirit that we're enjoying tonight. It really is fantastic. And to see the Lord Mayor's here as well is even more special. Enjoy the rest of the evening. I'd like to thank Mukhtar for his organisation as well. He's known in and around Barnsley as Gorgeous George. Okay, enjoy the rest of the evening anyway, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much indeed for inviting me.
Thank you. Can I just call upon Mrs. Gresham to join us on the stage, please? Please. This is the reason he's always keeping so young, because he has to compete with this gorgeous thing here. Look everybody, give her a round of applause. I know we're pressed for time, Harry, but when everybody started coming this evening, Lord Nazir said to me, wow, what a comfortable attendance. And I thought for a moment it was my David Beckham looks, or the fact that was a Pakistani version of Danny DeVito what pulled in the crowd. But now I know different. You've got the admirers here, and living proof is that young lady sat there, Sergeant Jonathan Brooks' mother, has only come to see you, a JP from Rotherham, just to see you, young man. Is that right?
You need to get alive, get alive.
Before you leave, I want Mr. Nazir to present you with a bouquet of flowers and to give you a message from Mr. Sajid. You have a lifetime membership in the Arooj Restaurant. You can come and please as you want. It's a discretionary meal for you every time you come. Isn't that right, Mr. Sajid? So can you give the bouquet of flowers, please? Before you leave, because behind every successful man is a woman, and I know this because I've got a very wonderful woman behind me. Can my good lady present your good lady with a bouquet of flowers as well, please? If I can, please. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to our community members now, but we have Mayor, please. Sir.
About the royal baby, well done, congratulations, and enjoy the evening.
Thank you, sir. A respectable representation from the Mayor's office, Rotherham.
Good evening, everybody. Lord Mayor, Lord Naz Ahmed, Adigration, honoured guest, greetings from Rotherham, Assalamu alaikum, and thank you. It's a great event this to celebrate the birth of the new royal baby.
This evening, and just to say congratulations to our royal family on the birth